The Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid, Johnny. Let's talk about that, okay, Johnny? Let's talk about it before we start this pod, okay?
Oh, we're talking about
Let's,
making Kool-Aid.
right, Johnny. How the fuck we can't talk if you're gonna have that on there? I'm just explaining. Tell me about the brain. It doesn't matter. Johnny, now, how do you make Kool-Aid, Johnny?
Well,
You ain't gonna save it for power?
You said we should have opening content.
Okay.
so you asked me how I specifically make.
The steps.
Yeah, so step one, basically, get the container. You're gonna put the Kool-Aid in. That's step one.
Okay.
Step two.
Hold on. Your step one is what?
I said step one is get the container. You're gonna put the Kool-Aid in.
Oh, so you putting the Kool-Aid packet in first.
I gotta get my container first. That's step one.
Okay, so we know you got to get the fucking container. Talk about this, the order in which you make your Kool-Aid. Yes, you get something to put it in.
All right, so you said that don't count steps. So step one, I put the Kool-Aid powder in the thing.
Very good, very good.
That's step one. Then I put the water in it. I mix it up, taste it, add a little more Kool-Aid powder to it. Mix
so
it.
you don't put the whole Kool-Aid packet in. You put half of it.
I proportion it. I try to put some that way I can mix it. Then put some after it's mixed already. And if I want a little sweetness, add a little bit of sugar, and that's how I make my Kool-Aid.
Now, John, why are you tasting it if you know it's just the Kool-Aid flavor in there?
Because the
how you
Kool-Aid flavor has Kool-Aid flavor.
You gotta know how much. You gotta know how much is enough or it's too much.
Right.
Kool-Aid, y'all do know Kool-Aid packet ain't sweet, right? Y'all do know that, right?
It's not about it being sweet, Devin.
It's not as sweet. It's a bit sweet.
That shit ain't sweet at all. The Kool-Aid packet is bitter. So it makes no sense to be tasting the raw Kool-Aid packet.
No, it's not. I'm not tasting the packet. I'm tasting it after it mixes with the water.
No,
right,
yeah, that's
right.
But I'm saying that's the raw Kool-Aid packet. There's no flavor in it yet. It's just Kool-Aid, which is bitter until you put sugar in.
Not necessarily. Each Kool-Aid packet is a different flavor.
But they all bitter until the sugar goes in.
No, that's not how it works.
So let me tell y'all dummies the real way to make Kool-Aid. Okay, so the real way to make Kool-Aid is this. You put half of water in there, right? Your container, you fill it halfway with cold water.
That's
right?
dumb.
Then you put your Kool-Aid in there.
That's really
reason being, when you put the Kool-Aid in there first and splash the water, you get those powder chunks.
I never get powder chunks.
You gotta mix it good, man. You gotta mix it good.
Right. So you gotta do extra. You gotta do extra mixing to get those clumps out.
Not always.
You do an extra little cause then you get those Kool-Aid packet bubbles that come up because of the water hit the dry Kool-Aid packet. So what you do is you put your water first, put your Kool-Aid packet, and then you stir. There's no need to taste. I repeat, there's no need to taste at this point. It tastes nasty.
Man. You have to taste. You got to know if you overdid it or not. Because you can still overdo it.
You can't overdo it with water and Kool-Aid packet. There's nothing to overdo yet,
bro.
The overdoing comes in.
It's too. It's sweet and it's too sweet.
Here's the
John,
problem.
you're missing the point.
No, you
There's
missing
no
the point.
sweetness. I'm still explaining it. He said it's sweet and too sweet. There's no sweetness when it's Kool-Aid and water and Kool-Aid packet. The sweetness is not there yet. The sweetness don't come until the sugar is added. So what you do is add your Kool-Aid packet, water, mix, and then that's when you start to temperature check the sugar. Then you start pouring some of the sugar, mix, and taste. And then that's from there is when you decide how much sugar you put in it.
I'm not gonna lie. This you saying it's not sweet. This will be Dad's test taste. Get a packet of Crystal Light, get a packet of regular Kool-Aid, put them
Crystal Light is
don't put no sugar in it, and you tell me which one's gonna taste sweeter.
The Crystal Light is for to go. It's already made with the sugar for you to go.
Yeah, but Crystal Light is really Crystal Light is don't be having sugar in it.
Yeah, but they have the flavoring to it's the cheap shit. Well, not even cheap. It's the to go pack, so you don't need to put sugar in Crystal Light.
I think the problem here is you're not tasting the flavor. What happens if you don't want that flavor and you want to mix another flavor? You know, you have to know what the packet tastes like.
The packet is nasty until the sugar goes in.
That's not always the case.
That's every case of Kool-Aid packet. It's never good. I'm gonna buy Kool-Aid and let you taste each one of them. Them shits is nasty until sugar comes.
That's how I make it though, so it's not gonna taste nasty to me.
It's bitter,
but
until you put sugar.
But again, if that's how I drink it, I always taste it with the water before I put the sugar.
And what it tastes like?
It tastes sweet.
It tastes like water and Kool-Aid packet. It don't taste
this
good.
is why your Kool-Aid be extra sweet.
This is why everybody likes my Kool-Aid and not yours.
Man, listen,
this is the problem because you giving everybody in this house diabetes because you're not tasting the Kool-Aid before.
It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, Dad, you're drinking flavored sugar at this point.
Right.
Bro, y'all is so damn dumb. Because I am not saying put a bunch of sugar in there. I'm saying make the foundation first.
I'm saying
make your Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid is the foundation.
Right, so make your foundation, Kool-Aid and water, and then start to put your sugar in based on flavoring. You put a little bit in there.
But the only difference we have, right, if you think about it, is the sugar part. I mean, is the water part. You put your water first, we put our water second.
Y'all doing more work. Because you got it.
But the sugar part, we still taste the water to see how much sugar we need to be put in.
See, y'all do two unnecessary things. They say to work smart, not hard. You put the sugar in there first. You put water on top of it. Instantly, that sugar packet or that Kool-Aid packet gets dry, and you got to mix it more to pick it off of the bottom.
Okay, so we're going to do what we did for the last conversation. Hold on. We're going to do what we did for the last conversation. We're going to call in two people, and we're going to see how they make their Kool-Aid.
I ain't calling nobody, because if they ain't saying it the way that I'm saying it, they wrong.
We'll call my sister, and then we'll call one of your brothers.
I'm not calling them niggas. I'm not calling nobody.
Because we have to prove a point here.
We're not proving a point. I'm proving a point that y'all doing.
But you can't say that. If me and Johnny have the same way.
I never even let me get the reason why y'all do it wrong part two.
But if me and Johnny do it the same way and you go out and out.
But y'all doing it wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. We call in for a tiebreaker.
And then they can do it wrong too. And especially if you call Lois, that's another wrong person. And if you call my buddy, he said it the same way. That's three wrongs against two rights, or four wrongs against one right. Either way, I'm right, is what I'm saying.
But I'm saying if you don't call nobody and see, we don't know if your way is right. What happened?
Put the Kool-Aid first and then the sugar.
No, we know that part. We talking
about, she just said it.
You put the Kool-Aid and then your water, or you put your water.
No, put the Kool-Aid and the water and the sugar.
Are you serious? Definitely, you
But who Kool-Aid she likes the most? Exactly. I don't do it that way. That's exactly why. Because I don't do it that way.
That's why after you drink his Kool-Aid, your hands be all swollen. Your face be all swollen.
That's not true. Because I don't put a lot of sugar in there. But what I do is I put a little bit of sugar, mix it to see how it tastes, to say, okay, this is good. Then I this is straight where it's at. I don't put nothing else. Huh? You're a kid who likes sugar. So that's not a reliable source. All I'm saying is y'all dumb self put water on top of the Kool-Aid packet, and then now you gotta mix extra hard because you gotta get those clumps out. So y'all gotta mix extra hard.
You always say you gotta point out that just because you want him, just because you want him to bake you Kool-Aid.
Put the Kool-Aid first.
Mommy, you've done that way all your life.
But you might do it that way, but you know when you put the Kool-Aid first, you gotta mix it to get those clumps out.
But you originally supposed to dilute it right after the water's in there. That's what they say.
So that's why I put the water first. That way it don't clunk up, and then mix it in so it don't clunk. Put sugar, a little bit of sugar, mix that, see how that tastes. I could put a little bit more sugar, taste that, mix. Let's see how that tastes. To get the perfect blend of sugar. Y'all making Kool-Aid wrong.
Hello?
Same process, bro.
Hey, Dad.
No, it ain't. Y'all working, it is the same process.
Hold
Y'all
on.
been working too hard.
Hello? Can you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you. No. I want you to be very loud. I need you to be louder. I don't even know. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm telling you, call your brother, see if he'll pick up.
I guess this is another poll, another poll that we can post up on the Coach Cat. How do you make your Kool-Aid?
Yep. Kool-Aid is what you gonna
Mark, can
say?
you turn the
Kool-Aid,
AC?
water, sugar. No, Kool-Aid. What y'all say?
Kool-Aid
Y'all
water.
said Kool-Aid, water, sugar. I say water, Kool-Aid, sugar.
See, and your sister thinks she's the Kool-Aid queen. Because when I went to her house, she was like, she didn't like my Kool-Aid because y'all just be sugaring it out. That's the problem here.
I think you keep estimating it to sugar. I mean, it's not the case.
So what's the
What I'm
case?
saying is, y'all do
Not
extra
really.
steps. Y'all tasting bland ass water and Kool-Aid packet. Y'all some menace. Y'all like psychotic. And just the Kool-Aid packet. It's disgusting. Like,
It's supposed to put sugar in it to get the food.
you think?
Why are you talking to him like that? He's agreeing with you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So what's the point of tasting the Kool-Aid and water before you put the sugar in? You know it's gonna be nasty.
You know it tastes bad, but put it to sugar.
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
It makes all the sense to taste it.
That's like eating Rice Krispie, the plain Rice Krispie before you eat put some sugar or something on it. You know that shit gonna be nasty. But
It's not that. It's not that. It's not.
You know that shit gonna be
That
nasty.
one. That one has no
Not
taste at
nasty.
all. That one is like,
you eat them cornflakes plain. You know them shits is nasty. But you throw some sugar and some apples, or some strawberries on it, that shit gonna hit.
no. Some people eat that shit plain.
I said you
Oh,
know.
me? No. I already told you my process if I ate cornflakes or Cheerios.
Exactly. You know what fucking Cheerios tastes like without the sugar on them.
Oh, of course.
You ain't gonna taste it first, like. No, you gonna just put your sugar on that shit and eat it as like, I need a little bit more sugar.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Y'all working too hard.
It's all at the end of the journey. We're discussing the work part of it. At the end of the journey, if it tastes the same, it tastes the same.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure y'all's gonna taste the same. That's why we need to make a video. A Kool-Aid taste test. Y'all make y'all nasty ass Kool-Aid. I'm gonna make my ghetto fabulous hood Kool-Aid, and we're gonna see who got the best. Blind test. Dorian is a test.
Yes, I'll
That's not fair because again, you make your Kool-Aid diabetes. Like
I don't. Well, maybe not just Dorian. People with different sugar palates, and I don't make mine with that like extra sugary.
you do. You put 4 cups of sugar in there. 3 cups.
I don't see. That's how I know you don't know how to make Kool-Aid because you measuring. You don't even measure when you make Kool-Aid. You just know. When you're a real Kool-Aid drinking nigga, you just know. You can eyeball.
Okay, I don't measure. I just
Well, you should measure yours.
Disrespectful.
I do the scoop.
He's so disrespectful. You see what I'm saying?
You said you do what, John?
Yeah, just. Oh, well, you're talking about the packets. The packets, but
how you pour your sugar?
Yeah, I have
you use a spoon or you got a scooper?
And I put we get the thing, put it in like a plastic container, and we have like a sugar scooper in the container.
You don't know how to make Kool-Aid. You gotta throw that shit straight from the bag, eyeball it. Straight from the bag, eyeball it. Y'all don't know how to make Kool-Aid.
Dev officially drinks flavored sugar.
Well, I ain't had Kool-Aid in forever. It's just one of those things that you just know. I probably wouldn't even be able to drink my own shit. I'd be like, yo, this shit probably good as hell, but I can't drink
this. Because I know. I've been to his family outings in Chicago with the fucking Kool-Aid.
Good as hell, boy.
It's only sugar. You just taste it.
I have not made a thing of Kool-Aid in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't made Kool-Aid in a while.
But I'll be looking forward to making some Kool-Aid in the future.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do an ASO special Kool-Aid tasting contest.
Whatever.
All right. Let's get into this. John, did you see Mermaid?
Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready. Had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of That Shit Kenny podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my guy Dev in the back.
Yo.
Yeah, I enjoyed y'all Memorial Day weekend. What y'all had any big plans? I did anything for Memorial Day weekend, or it's just just another holiday for y'all?
We did do something.
What I did do, we'll get into later in the pod, but yeah, that do count for it.
That's what we did for the holiday.
We're about to get to that right now. It says that's what we did, and you asking us what we did for the holiday. We went to go see.
You can say that, but I'm just saying, some people like to barbecue, get some grilled food in.
We grilled on the stove.
That counts. You know what I'm saying? That's what people do for Memorial Day.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same. It's the barbecues, bro. It ain't the same. Can't barbecue in Hunts Point. These niggas are niggas.
There was people barbecuing outside though, in front of the building.
But they niggas too, so they can.
It's barbecue season. Summer is
fireworks. They had the fireworks as well.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing those shits, man. At that time of year, pop, 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 pop. It's like, God damn.
Can't tell the difference. Like, what's that? Is that fireworks or is that gunshot?
But well, to me, it was just a regular weekend. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed their weekend. Let's jump right into it. Unfortunately, we started this episode on a sad note. Another icon lost, R.I.P. Tina Turner. She's had a great career that she, She even had a movie made about her way back when. I know everyone done watched that movie with Angela Bassett and
That's what love got to do with it.
yeah,
Lawrence
Laura
Fishburne.
Fishburne. I continue, man. She had overall she had a crazy story, so she was able to get a movie because her story was, that whole situation
Yeah.
right, and her just being the star that she was. But it's just another unfortunate passing of another icon, and it's just every time another icon goes, I just think like, damn, we get old.
Yeah, I mean not to sound idiotic, but it's kind of idiotic. I didn't even know I wasn't introduced to Tina Turner until What Love Got to Do with It as a kid. I didn't know she maybe because of age. I didn't know who she was. That was my introduction to her. And then as you get older, you start to study and learn for yourself. So originally seeing that movie as a kid in the 90s, I thought it was just a movie, a wild ass crazy movie. But as I got older, then I realized it was a real person, a real life. It's like, oh shit, somebody was really going through this. But Tina is a legend. So rest in peace to Tina May.
Which is her legal name?
Her original name, stage name is Tina. But rest in peace to her. Her mark will be left, especially with the work Angela Bassett did to depict her life. Definitely open the doors to a lot of people for her, but the music will live on. Her she was just performing not too long ago as a senior. She's still still performing.
Yeah, she was definitely still active. She wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think she was making as. I don't know if she. I can't speak because I didn't really follow her musically. I don't know if she was still making active music but I know she was still actively performing and still doing.
She was still doing like world tours and shit. So like, even in her senior age. So and again, black don't crack, so you never look as old as you do when you melanated. But rest in peace, that queen.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna be missed.
Man, Dev missed out on the part that Tina Turner was actually in her movie. The actual at the end of the movie was actually her.
Yeah. But again, you learn as you get older. Like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that movie also introduced a whole bunch of other people to things. Cause I'm not gonna lie, Purple Rain introduced me to Prince. That's how I found out who Prince really was.
Purple Rain didn't introduce me to Prince, but Selena introduced me to Selena.
That's crazy. No, it's crazy. I actually knew who Selena was before that, but
I did.
I think the Spanish community knew who.
And again, maybe because the Spanish community and John, John a little bit of Spanish somewhere in there. So
somewhere in there. Mexican.
So again, I never knew who Selena was until I saw the movie. I thought
I would say because the movie came out after she died, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I remember the night I remember the night where or the day or night or the early morning when she had got killed and the police had a whole standoff and shit. Like I think.
Yeah, see, I don't have no vivid or memories of that. All I know is from the movie and things I've read and seen after the movie.
I think I knew of Tina Turner because my aunt used to play her music constantly. Mm-hmm. Well, the Icon Tina Turner music, but so I knew of Tina Turner prior to the movie. But the movie just, again, my aunt wasn't telling me she was being raped and beat by her husband. Mm-hmm. So the movie opened me up to like understanding her life story and stuff. But I was hearing Tina Turner music before Tina Turner. But I mean, she's a legend. She's one of those.
No, definitely.
She's one of those people that, she's one of those people that will go down as a legend, and
mm-hmm.
As one of her stories is one of the greats. And
yeah, she's an icon. Her, I'm pretty sure young female artists of today, she's done influence. Like female artists that came after her have been influenced by her.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching one of her performances, and one of her performances had Beyonce in it, which actually was really dope. Her and Beyonce performed together, which was really dope.
But condolences to her family and her loved ones, and to all her fans. Unfortunately, we lose another icon, RIP. May she rest in peace. Now let's get into Elon Musk. Last week we had a whole conversation, one of our more lengthy debates on the ASO about the whole working from home being a moral issue. But now Elon's Musk brain neuro chip has been passed for human study. So now they can experiment, and if you wanna, like, they could try it out. They could sign people up for it, and they could be lab rats for this brain chip.
What's the purpose of this?
The purpose of the brain chip?
Yeah. Like, what's the goal?
They want to link our brains to the computer. So I guess the whole.
So your brain becomes a computer. Already, they say the brain is a computer, but it's like, okay, we're gonna be able to add information to your brain and shit.
You know what this remind me of? The movie Lucy. We made fun of it and we said it was a bad movie, but now looking back, it's not that bad, is it?
Oh, it is like Lucy.
It's to help with the computer, and also says it says Neuralink also hopes to use its microchips to treat conditions such as paralysis and blindness. So basically, they trying. I don't want to joke because that's like a serious thing, but they trying to give us power.
Yeah, paralysis is a nerve issue, which does the nerves of the brain. So I guess this chip will override that, and you have super speed. You will have super reflexes. You'll be able to shoot webs from your hand.
Do you get to choose who you be? Because if I get to choose, I want to be Wonder Woman.
I don't think you get to choose, but you might be able to. You know how they have the DLC packs in the video games where you can buy different packages and shit, and then you just buy, the $80 pack. You can get be able to walk on water and super punch, or you get the $100.
Well, I don't want none of those. I just want to be Wonder Woman. Do you think that could be possible?
And then you're gonna end up on the Suicide Squad. And that chip they put in your brains and have a little bomb in it. So you say one thing, do what they tell you to do.
See, y'all always go to this negative part in your life.
That's just how it is.
You can't just be ever positive.
That's the world, like we said before. There's so many people out here trying to find good reasons for this technology, but on the other side, there is evil people using that same technology to do evil.
But okay.
Things.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just think the worst of Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is Lex Luthor.
He might be, man.
He's not Lex Luthor. Y'all be trying.
Low-key might be. We don't got Superman to go against him, so.
This nigga Lex Luthor. He got to run everything, bro. He's either Lex Luthor or Dr. Doom.
I'm gonna sign up and I'm gonna see if I could turn into Wonder Woman.
No wonder what happened to your ass.
No. And then when I turn into Wonder Woman, you gonna be sad and
I ain't
shit.
gonna be sad. I'm like, man, y'all ain't gotta chill out. Fuck all the peoples on your ass.
What people? What are you talking about?
The people that control you.
There's nobody who's gonna. I'm Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who controls?
You hear?
Who controls
her?
Who controls Wonder Woman?
She gonna get a rude awakening.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody controls Wonder Woman.
In this real world, they created.
They always had a contingency plan for all their ass too.
Did he really?
But yeah, basically, their mission is to cure blindness and paralysis by connecting the person's brain to the computer. And I'm pretty sure
all the central nerves are in the brain, and therefore all those central nerves affects our mobility and everything else. So if they can find a way to do so, then that's super cool. That's super. It could be super helpful to a lot of people, because not only they won't stop there, then they'll start to find like, how can we stop MS? My disorder is a nerve, brain, spine disorder. They'll go there, and then at some point there's gonna be some evil genius that's gonna say, I can use the same technology to do this.
What's that movie where he was a vampire and he was crippled first, and he put some kind of blood in him, and he became like a super vampire.
The nigga from Marvel, John. The nigga from Marvel.
He was a vampire, John.
He's a vampire. He was always in the Spider-Man shit.
They had a movie for him.
You talking about Morbius?
Morbius.
That's who Devin's gonna be.
Because I ain't letting them niggas put no chips in.
Oh, don't be like that. You could be Morbius from Marvel. That could be Wonder Woman for DC, and we could rule the world.
Yeah, and then somebody gonna kill our ass.
Nobody's gonna kill us. Dorian could be the young Spider-Man.
Once it be Secret Service or some special army people in front of our door, locking our ass up and testing us in labs.
Suicide Squad.
Such a negative
Facts.
cookie.
Suicide Squad for real.
That's what it's gonna turn out to be, man. But hey, for the positive part of their mission, I hope it's all for it. You know,
Right.
if it helps people, more for it. But for that, you know, that other side, that possible negative side of it, I ain't trying to see what comes of that, man. But I wish everyone the best.
We will see.
But
I can't wait to sign up.
But maybe one day, maybe one day they'll create something and we can all get some superpowers. But I don't even think this world.
I can't.
So
I
what?
can't handle damn superpowers. So y'all
I
want to
don't
make
say I don't
jokes
even think
about
this
it.
world can handle people having superpowers. I'm not gonna lie. There'll be Armageddon before you know it. Unfortunately. Now let's get into one of our lovely popular topics of that people, happens, every now and then something happens, they say something immediate takes place, and we just happen to talk about them. I guess they show just the new season just premiered on Hulu. If you don't know what I'm talking about the Kardashians, and a clip from the new episode, or one, I don't know how many episodes was released, but I guess a new clip from one of the new episodes, or an episode that was released on their new season. I don't even know what season, because I know they used to be on E for so many years, then they went to Hulu, so I can't tell you how many seasons have they had on Hulu, but Kim K basically broke down and stated that what Kanye has been doing these past, 2 years? It's been, 2 years?
Yeah.
Like, past 2 years, 2 years and a half. All the stuff that he's been saying these past 2 years and a half, 2 years, will be more damaging to their kids than her sex tape. What are your guys' thoughts on that? If y'all want to go first, or y'all want me to go first?
You can go first, John. What you think?
Because I'm not gonna lie.
We already know what he gonna say.
You know what's funny? I tell you all the time. See, I'm a fan of them. I love them, but they know what they be doing when they say certain shit. They know what they be doing, but we're not gonna get into all of that. At the end of the day, I seen the clip when her son was playing the game on his iPad. I think he was playing Roblox, Minecraft. He was playing one of the games, and her son got invited to some shit, and the whole sex tape was in the game that he was playing.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that whole process? That's when Kanye went and got the whole shit, and then like the whole computer hard drive and delivered it to her. That's what triggered Ye to do
I didn't
that.
know. I didn't know that's what triggered it.
It was on Fortnite.
Wow, I didn't know that part. I know.
But yeah, there was all like it could have been lunch or dinner. It was all at the table thing, and her son basically went up to her and showed her, and she gasped like, "Oh shit!" And then she showed everybody else. I don't remember who was at the table at the time. I think Chloe was there. Her mother was there. I think her mother's boyfriend was there. I don't remember who else. But in that clip, she showed him like, "Yo, look." I'm like, "Damn." That's crazy. But that's what triggered it. So I'm not gonna lie, like both things, it's like you can't say which one's gonna be worse. They both gonna have in my honest opinion, is gonna have an effect on all the children. For that the simple fact that he was just playing the game, an innocent game, him being I don't even think he's older than 5 yet. In my honest opinion. I don't think he might be 5 or 6
No,
years. I don't know.
I think he's a lot older than that now.
I don't know
But
their ages, but
yeah, but that's crazy though.
yeah, he's playing the game, minding his business, and he's like, "Oh, I recognize that. Oh, that's my mom." Like he probably doesn't comprehend what he's watching, but he's like, "Oh yeah, but I know that's my mom." So
He's
let's say
7.
he's 7, and that clip was like probably from like a year. So he probably he was probably like 5 or 6. That's like from a year or two ago. But overall, I think both are there. Both things will have negative effects. I don't think we should be at a point where it's like, oh, that one's gonna be worse, and this one is like overall. You just gotta accept both things as being negative, and then move forward and try your best to maintain and protect your children from actually having a negative effect on the children.
So,
that's my opinion.
See, that's the thing. I feel like the yay will be more detrimental because it's harder to protect your kids from Ye's antics because Ye is like publicly out there constantly. So Ye is constantly having moments. So if it ain't one moment, it's another. It's a collection of moments. Whereas I feel like, and being that Ye is such a cultural icon, with the good, people are going to showcase the bad as well. I think for the Kardashians, at least for Kim, she's done a lot where she's been able to dim the light on the sex tape. The only thing with the sex tape is it's always gonna have that shock value. So whereas like you might not see it for a while, then it comes back up. It's like damn.
But see, I think it's easier to explain to a 17 or 18-year-old. You know, mommy was doing a video with her boyfriend at the time having sex, and it got leaked. You know, is it because that's what she's gonna tell them. That's how she's gonna explain it. She's not gonna say, well, grandma and mommy decided to sell it to make money and make us famous. She's gonna say it as, you know, it got leaked and.
But you can't sell it like that to a 17-year-old because they live in this world, and the kid's gonna let you know. Oh, mommy and daddy, we made a video and we wasn't trying to.
Yeah, they can research that they like found. They can research that they
find out themselves.
But Devin, even if they go and they research, okay, they sold it. When you look it up, it says it got leaked first, and then it was sold and made as a video. So this is what I'm saying to you. It's a little bit more easy to explain, like to a 17-year-old who's probably gonna be having sex. Oh, you know, we was doing something intimate, and it just so happened that it got leaked. Kanye's antics, you have to explain. Okay, well, this how he really feels. This is what he was saying, and this is what he was doing, and he's not with the Black community. Are we Black or are we this? And it's a little bit more harder to explain to your kids his antics than a sex tape.
I think it's more because of the volume of what Ye do in regards to that's constantly something. If Ye had an isolated incident and Kim had this isolated incident, regardless of age or not, kids learn about sex. But I don't want to hear or see a sex tape about my parents. And especially if your career is said to be built on that sex tape. Like to me as a kid, I wouldn't want to hear that. But I just feel like.
But if it got leaked and it was out there, then what are you gonna say?
But see, you saying that, and there's a lot of stories that will argue against that it was a whole play. So like this again, they might say it was a leak. But a lot of people say this was a play, and there's been stories of a play. So it's harder to explain that. I think Kanye's antics, because of so much, he does it so much. He has so many hot points in these moments that it's like his shit gonna live in culture more because it's always in your face. So it's gonna be harder for them to get away from it because it's always gonna be in their face. And for some people, that might be harder to deal with. Some people might be like, that's my fucking dad. He just a psycho or whatever. And it becomes the norm. for her, although to me, I think it is less because it's an isolated incident, it's always going to have that shock value that whenever it does pop up, and that's how it's going to be, it's not going to be something that's consistently talked about, whereas their dad's behavior is something that's consistently talked about, so it becomes a norm. Whereas her situation, kid's going to be living a regular life, and then somebody just going, boom, hit them with it. So for them, or depending on the kid, that might be have a harsh effect, but at least they won't have to deal with that on a daily basis. That won't be something they have to live with every day, where they got to live with their dad antics on an everyday basis.
I just feel like the world
thing will be.
I just feel like the world's becoming more sexualized anyways. So I don't think it's gonna have a hit like, oh my God, my mom made I just don't feel it. I just don't think it's gonna have that same effect as if when we were younger, sex was not talked about, it was not in the public eye, sexual stuff wasn't even it was taboo.
But sex tapes is still taboo though.
It's not though. Everybody has a sex tape. Everybody who's in the industry have sex tapes.
Because you know why? You know why? Because they're trying to mimic Kim K's success.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's becoming a norm where it's like, okay, you made a sex tape, cool, go watch it, and then we keep going. But it doesn't have that same shock effect as when we were kids. If we found out our parents had a sex tape, it'd be like, what the fuck? But it doesn't have that same effect now. And especially when they get that age, I'm pretty sure it's still not it's gonna be a less effect on that. It's gonna be like, you really did a sex tape, mom? But I don't think it's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm affected by it. It's gonna be like, okay, all right, I saw your mom's titties. Okay, me too. Like, it's gonna be one of those. Like, and because she's done so many,
because you talk about the most popular sex tape in American history, like
no, the most popular sex tape in American history is Pamela Anderson and Tommy, whatever his name is.
And they were right, and they were both celebrities prior to their sex tape.
Ray J was a celebrity prior to his sex tape.
Both were sex.
Yeah.
But listen, I just don't think, even when her son came up to her at 7 years old, he was just like, look what I found. Ha ha ha.
He doesn't know what he's looking at.
Again, Johnny, these kids are sexualized. I'm telling you, I don't think
that's not a good thing.
No
what she's saying is becoming a norm. So it's not a good thing, but because they're so exposed to it, it don't become as much of a shock factor.
Till they of age, and
if you don't think that her
talking shit to them about
if you don't think Kim is going to have that conversation with North really soon, then y'all in denial. And North is only 12, 13.
Yeah, that's why I believe the Ye thing has more of an effect. The only issue with the Kim tape is it's going to sporadically, periodically hit them kids, and then they have to deal with that harsh blow in those moments. But because of Ye consistently do it, I think it'll have more effect because they have to consistently see it. It's constantly in their face. But that blow, every so often, is still going to be a heavy blow. I just don't think it's going to be more than the Ye because the Ye stuff is constant crazy.
My personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't think it's going to be a blow to those kids, the sex tape. And this is just me. When Mimi, who from Love and Hip Hop, when she did her sex tape, she said she just had a conversation with her daughter, and her daughter was like, well, and hers was actually, she admitted on TV that it wasn't leaked. It was staged. It was a staged sex tape to make money. And she was like, I understand you did it for money, and I just never want to watch it, but okay. And Mimi, if you go watch the interview, she's just like, okay. And so these kids are now not having that shock factor that you guys think they're going to have, because everything now is out in the open. Everything is just open now. It's not the same as it was before, where we were like shielded. Or
I hope that's the case.
It's still gonna have the same effect.
We talking about the most popular sex tape in American history.
Yeah, I keep saying that. It doesn't matter if it's the most popular sex tape in the history. Again, if her kids are sexually open and doing this and this and that, it won't affect them as much as your father's fucking crazy.
Now you know what you're disregarding, because every time that shit gets brought up, it fucks with Kim, so they can see it affects their mother. So it's definitely gonna affect them because they're gonna see it negatively affects the mother. And if, say for instance, at 15 years old, one of the kids have an incident at school, and they
how does it affect the mother?
What you
But
mean?
how does it?
She was literally crying when her
Because
son found it
again,
out.
a 7-year-old found it. But what I'm saying to you is, at 16, 17, if it's not the famous line of TikTok, this family started because of me. Kim makes jokes about it, and this I know you don't watch the show. Kim makes jokes about the sex tape all the time on the show, and how it started the family in-loom money. So again,
that doesn't mean that don't affect her. Comedians, they say comedians is the saddest people on the planet, and they make jokes for a living. They be laughing. They look happy, but comedians be sad as shit. Because she jokes about it, don't mean she
I don't think
it
affects her like y'all think it affects
Kim
her.
But
she
extremely hard.
She didn't cry.
I think she works extremely hard to get away from that. Whereas like,
but every time it pops up, it really does affect her.
But see, and that's what I'm saying, because people always remind her of, regardless of what she does, regardless of what she accomplished, she did the shit with the school, the prison reform. She's made a billion, literally made herself a billionaire.
She is a billionaire. Kim K's a billionaire.
But people will always remind her of that moment, and unfortunately, I think it still affects her for that point, because it's like, I've done so much, I've accomplished so much. Y'all trying to minimize me to that early moment in my life when I was young and dumb and trying to figure out myself, and y'all still holding my empire to solely this sex tape. And unfortunately, because people are cruel and kids are cruel, I see cruel kids all the time. If a kid knows something like that, whether it affects you or not, kids gonna say the shit to try to make it hurt you. Nigga, your mama did this. Nigga, your mama that. Like, nigga, I can see your mama naked whenever I want. I can see your mama giving head whenever I want. That shit, regardless of how strong of a person you are or how prepared you are, in those moments,
that's why I say they both negative.
No telling what it could do.
That's why I say you can't pick and choose. They both gonna have negative effects.
I just feel like the yay would, because it's always in their face, whereas they constantly seeing it. And then the Kim sex tape thing, well, it's not something that they dealing with on a daily basis. Whereas a dad situation, no matter where they turn, TV, news, where they got to see their dad did something or said something or a part of something. So because that's always in their face, I think that has a more of effect because it's constantly on them. Whereas their mom situation, although I feel like it will have effect, it ain't something that they have to deal with every day. And that's the difference to me. And that's why Ye gets more detrimental to them, because they got to see that every day.
Man, it's
but if Ye change and goes back to just being like cool fashion Ye without the hot takes, then it becomes like, okay, Ye is everybody love Ye again. Then it's like, okay, at some point you're gonna have these moments, and you talk about levels of detriment. It's gonna be there. But I definitely got Ye at the moment.
I got Ye forever. I'm just being honest. I just don't think I think y'all reading y'all looking at it as if y'all was a kid and the sex tape came out when y'all was kids, and I just don't think we in those times anymore where a sex tape is detrimental to your kids. I just personally don't think so. I think everybody's doing sex tapes. I think everybody has sexual references, and I just don't think y'all talk about Kim made herself a billionaire and she got all this following, and she's also has following. I just don't see it happening. I see her having a conversation with them prior to it happening and them being understanding, and you guys, y'all reading too much. And that's what she's basically saying. She has more relationship with these kids and she's gonna sit down with them and she's gonna start talking to them about this shit, and it's not gonna have that
Yeah, but
detrimental that.
that conversation doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna really prepare them for when shit hits the fan.
It
Because
does.
you can say the same thing. She could have the conversation about them when Ye says something crazy. She could break it down like, oh, he has mental health issues, this, that, and that. And then when shit hits the fan, it's gonna affect how it's gonna affect the children. No matter what conversation that they've done had, how much they prepared them for it.
But she's
gonna hit
she's
them.
not gonna prepare that conversation with Kanye. She's not gonna do that, Johnny. But she is gonna prepare them for her shit.
I will hope so. I can't speak on it, but I will hope so.
I don't think she's gonna prepare them for what's going on with Kanye. I think she's gonna prepare them for what's gonna happen with her, because that's her main concern.
Both things is negatives. For the most part, they live in good lives. Again, we stated Kim K is a billionaire. That family is sitting on a whole bunch of money. Those kids should be all right. But in my honest opinion, yeah, I just think it's funny they're trying to pick and choose what negatives, even though both things is gonna happen.
Which one is the worst negative?
I said to me,
But as a parent, you're gonna say
bad.
no. But as a parent, she's not picking and choosing. She's just saying, in her honest opinion, that Kanye acting a damn fool all the damn time is going to affect her kids.
Yeah, but
what
you could say that, but then you can't. You could say that as like, and then you don't have to compare it to nothing else. You don't have to. You can say because you don't have to compare it to nothing because that clearly shows Kanye being the more detrimental part. It wouldn't be a conversation if you just say.
But what am I saying that's gonna affect them?
No, because what you're saying is what he's saying is you're comparing apples to oranges. So you can state this behavior is going to be detrimental to my kids. You don't even have to bring up your sex tape. That's the insecurity in the situation where you're trying to compare. Like, well, this was bad, but at least it ain't as bad as this.
That's the side of the boat I'm on. It's basically we all seen what Kanye.
We have to see that whole episode because what happens if that whole episode they asking her like, do you think your sex tape is gonna have an effect? And she's saying not as much as Kanye.
Right, that's true.
So we have to see that whole. Johnny has.
See, even then, but if they have to ask her which one you think is more detrimental to your kids, your sex tape or Ye's antics. Because if they say, do you think the sex tape is going to be detrimental to your kids? And she says, not more than Ye, then that's the insecurity again talking. Because you're straying it away from the conversation to put it on somebody else.
Yeah, they both
ask you,
wrong.
do you think your sex tape is going to be detrimental to your kids? You can say, yes, but what I'm going to do is prepare my kids because at this point, blah, blah, blah.
What's more wrong, Johnny? One incident that you made in your life, one mistake that you made in your life, or the mistakes you continue to make?
A mistake is a mistake.
A mistake is a mistake. But if I continue to make that mistake, I'm not learning from the mistake, Johnny. So if I continue to make the same damn mistake, then that's worse than me making one mistake and fixing the problem.
It's both.
Am I wrong on that?
They're both bad. And
could be, yes, you could be right, but you also could be wrong at the same time because again,
all I'm saying is y'all giving them a pass. They control what they say on their show,
and that's what I'm saying. What we consider, there's a lot of people that might not even consider Ye's. Some people say mental health. So if we're gonna be on a mental health book, then we gotta give Ye empathy because people want to say mental health, but then don't want to give Ye the mental health badge. Okay, if we say mental health, then he gets a pass off of that. You don't get mental health for having a sex tape. But you
but you see, the problem here is y'all keep saying there's outlets that say that it wasn't leaked. Kim and Chris has never said this was a planned thing. They have stuck to the story, whether y'all want to believe it or not. The person who made the sex tape has stuck to the story that this was not a leaked, this was not a planned thing. This was something that was.
Ray J do.
No, Ray J says once it got leaked, they signed contracts, and Chris was the one managing these contracts. Right. He has never said out his mouth it was planned to let these out. What he has said though is that Chris was in the front line signing contracts and making deals without him. That's what he said. And that's why he said he wants his money.
Right.
That's what he said. Nobody has ever said that this was leaked. Two people that made the sex tape said this was an intimate moment that happened to get leaked. Now, whether you believe that or not, that wasn't a mistake on her end in her mind. It wasn't on her laptop. It was on Ray J's laptop. She
And
thought
that's
she was
why
just having a
Kanye
sexual.
and you know who went and got the laptop? Kanye. And who he gave it to? Them. And Ray J said there was
Again, Johnny, that's like me and Devin making us a moment, an intimate moment between me and him. And in our mind, it's an intimate moment. And somehow it got sent out in Devin's phone.
And I'm still embarrassed if it get out and my son sees it.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that one mistake doesn't fall back on.
So because you're again, that's why I brought up the mental health bag. If this is an accident and you can give a pass, then in the same token, people will say Kanye has mental issues and don't give him the bag.
But
So
Kanye has said he has no mental issue.
Just because you say you ain't a nut, don't mean you ain't a nut.
He's saying people are forcing him to act this way.
Again, that's
people
what
are
I'm saying.
doing.
We're trying to give everybody an escape route. Either we give it to him or not. All I'm saying is, regardless if it was an accident or not, Ye constantly, and I agree, Ye constantly doing stuff because it's in their face will be detrimental. But let's not act like Kim ain't constantly spending her days trying to diminish that tape because of how much of effect it has had on her career and American culture. It's a foundation. It's a predominant moment in our American history or social media history or entertainment history or whatever. And her career has been built on trying to debunk that as I'm more than this harlot on Ray J's video. So at some point, and like I said, it won't be every day, but regardless of you prepping me or not, that shit hit and niggas coming at me and then I get eyes on it, that shit is still going to affect them kids in some way. Regardless of this world being hypersexual or not, because you still see kids killing themselves when they sexual videos get out and they commit suicide. So this stuff is still taboo. Now for them, the beauty is they're rich, and those rich problems is a lot different than broke people dealing with these bullying situations. But we also see wealthy people kill themselves due to bullying and mental issues and being in these type of situations. All I'm saying is, I think Ye's situation at the moment will do more damage because they have to see it every day. It's in their face constantly. But when those Kim moments hit, it will be a tough blow for them to handle, regardless if you prepping them or not.
When I have to get into my Hulu. I fucked up with my Hulu.
And then again, like she said, it might be more context to because social media only gonna show you the hot point. It could be more context to that conversation on both sides. She might have elaborated in the sense of, yeah, I think this Ye situation is gonna be more, but I think Ye needs to deal with this, or he's dealing with mental issues reason, and I think he needs to get help, and I think he can get from it. I don't know. But of course, social media is only going to show you a little snippet to gander so people can go talk about it and ultimately go watch whatever episode it is, because them Kardashians are rich, smart motherfuckers.
Again, to me, both things will have a detrimental effect. It's just I wish them the best and how they prepare the children for it, but both things, I'm trying to say, will have a detrimental effect. And so overall, I think I looked at both as a negative. I'll watch the episode and get the full context. I read a couple of quotes that put everything into context. It's just they said she's dealing with anxiety. She's having anxiety attack with the whole situation. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But I watched the episode, but in my opinion, y'all said Jay shenanigans, Jay's, him doing what he do is more detrimental. I say both things will have detrimental effects. I wish them all the best. Man, rich people problems, they be all right? But they'll be all right. So we're gonna talk about something that's been, it's funny. It's actually fueled with the people that we just talking about. Taylor Swift has a new song with Ice Spice. Ice Spice seems to be going everywhere. She's, she is branching out, but it's not the fact that they have a song together and getting everyone's attention. It's the fact that Taylor Swift's boyfriend was on a podcast, saying some derogatory racial terms at Ice Spice, which she later apologized for, and that started a whole conversation because people felt like Taylor Swift didn't really address it, and some people feel like she did the song.
Who's her boyfriend?
Yeah, but
who is her boyfriend?
Oh, we said who's her boyfriend?
Yeah.
I think I'm not mistaken. He was in he does something, but he was on a podcast.
So he said something about Ice Spice.
He's a front man for a rock group called 1975.
And then she did a song with Ice Spice to try to clean it up.
I think that's how some people were feeling it.
Which came first, his take or the song?
I think the comments came first, then the song.
Yeah, so she cleaning up, trying to clean up his mess. Dumbass. What did he say about Ice Spice?
He said she like a Chinese lady, and he was using Chinese accents.
Stupid as hell.
You know how
really
certain someone, you hear like a certain someone on our pod be doing
you mimic somebody's accent, then that's racist.
Mhm.
That's like somebody said, yo, he was like, yo, bro, yo, homie, yo. It's like, nigga, who the fuck talk like that?
Yeah, but he definitely
people do it all the time.
he apologized after it came out.
But you can't say that because apparently Aquafina, the Asian actress, people said she does that all the time. But
yeah, but she gets drama for that because people say she do blackface. They say she's purposely trying to sound like somebody black. She gets a lot of and again, she's not intentionally doing that. He was actually making fun.
That's a
that's a lot different. Where Aquafina is like, this is who I am, and versus him like not saying this is who I am. He's just making fun of another ethnicity. That's a lot different. So that's why I said, if somebody just like, yeah, this black guy, I saw him. He was like, yo, homie, yo, brother, like this and shit. Then people gonna be like, bro, why are you talking like that? Black people don't even talk like that. So it's like you stereotype. So he stereotyped Asian people while trying to diss Ice Spice.
what is Ice Spice?
Her mama looks Spanish.
I would assume Ice Spice was of Latina descent.
Yeah, because I saw a picture of her mother. Her mother looked like a Spanish woman.
Ice Spice. She gotta be some type of.
Her mother is Dominican. Her dad is African American. She black.
The typical mix of New York City, man.
Yeah, exactly. She's in the melting pot. So.
That's my mix. I'm not Dominican.
I just actually saw.
That's my mix with the Puerto Rican. Substitute Puerto Rican and for Dominican. That's my mix. So.
I saw a video. It was talking about like the ethnicities of New York, and Dominicans is the highest of all like.
That's all I get at work is when I talk my Spanish, they be like, "Oh, you Dominican."
It's like Dominicans is like 47% of New Yorkers, and then I think like Guyanese is like 23rd, like 23%, and the rest is like, black, white, and it was something else that was like really big. I think Jamaican. I think those were the three. It was like Dominican, Jamaican, and like Guyanese. Those were like the three biggest populations of ethnicities in New York. So again, she's Puerto Rican. I'm sorry, she's Dominican and black, African American. She's a black woman. So he said she looked Asian.
And use the Asian accent.
And then use an Asian accent to describe how she looked. He's an idiot. And Taylor, she has to, because Taylor is a icon. He's cleaning up his mess. Because I just looked up his picture. I've never seen this man a day in my life. Like, I've never seen this guy.
Yeah, I said rock group. He's the front man of a pop group, and they're from the UK. I've never listened to a song.
I've never seen this man ever in my life.
But yeah,
he an idiot. Ice Spice is the it girl of music right now. And so, people don't say dumb shit. That's why he mentioned her name. She obviously making some headways around his parts, because you talking about this young black girl from New York City, and you from the UK, from down under, and that's even wrong because that's Australia. But but you talk about this girl from across the pond, and she fucking New York black girl, and she on your radar. So shout out to Ice Spice, man. That means she making her rounds.
But this is like the full quote he said on the podcast. He proceeds to make jokes about Princess Diana, rapper, sounded like a Inuit Spice Girl. I've never used that word, so I don't know what that means. So don't come at me. I don't know what that specific word means, but I guess that means something bad. And the chubby Chinese lady then went on to mockingly imitate Chinese and Hawaiian accents, and he joked about what he should say when sliding into Ice Spice DMs, and Apple and Spotify have removed that podcast from their streaming services. And in his apology, he said, "I just feel a bit bad. I'm kind of a bit sorry if I offended you." He said on stage, "I said I'm sorry. It's not because I'm annoyed that me joking got misconstrued. It's because I don't want Ice Spice to think I'm a dick. I love you, Ice Spice. I'm so sorry. I don't want it to be misconstrued as mean." That was, I guess, his apology. So, good idea for the song, or you think it was just one big star seeing another rising star, like, oh, I'm gonna do a song with her, or it's more about the controversy behind the scenes?
Again, I'm not a big rapper fan. I'm not a big Ice, but I'm not a big fan of Ice Spice.
So
I think we've all made fun of people's the way they talk and stuff like that. I don't see why. I mean, I get it, I see it, but
okay. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Michelle Rodriguez.
Only people that make fun of other people is black folks. All right, Michelle. What happened with Michelle?
Michelle Rodriguez spoke on superhero movies and basically said, they're running out of ideas.
I agree with that. I second that.
So you agree with the comments?
I agree with the comment. I just don't agree with who spoke on it.
Because she currently is in a franchise that we feel, or majority feel, even though successful, it just crossed a $7 billion globally plateau.
That's what Luda said. Why the fuck would we stop making it? We still making billions of dollars every time we drop these shit.
But see, and that's the thing. That's why Marvel will never stop doing what Marvel does. They've made billions of dollars on superhero movies. But again, you don't think they're running out of ideas?
There is literally a million fucking superheroes and villains for Marvel to make stories about.
Yeah,
It's
there's a whole bunch of stories that
it's
didn't even get.
literally
There's a whole bunch of
infinite.
comic book
Yo,
stories
it's
that didn't even make it.
infinite. Yo, it's literally infinite stories in the Marvel universe. Infinite. Whereas Fast, again, like you said, maybe we might be getting tired of Marvel, the superhero, because there's so many of them and they dominate the box office. So I can see people getting tired of always seeing another superhero movie out, not just Marvel, but just like another superhero movie. It's like it's a new one every fucking 3 to 4 months. I can see people getting tired of always seeing a superhero movie, but let's not act like DC and Marvel, the two big chains when it comes to this comic book superhero world, they have millions of stories that they can tell. Literally millions. Original stories that we ain't never seen. So they can do this shit for centuries. Whereas Fast Five, or Fast franchise, y'all literally dragged the movie that was supposed to be one movie. Literally supposed to be one movie, and y'all made it to fucking 13,000. And then again, you talking about Marvel reaching, whereas they have a bunch of creators with a bunch of different stories where you have one person with the same 8 people doing the same shit told 20 different ways. What the fuck is Michelle talking about?
No, it's just funny because it started off as a race movie, and it's like it went from race into like they're really fighting crime.
Yo, they're superheroes.
They're fighting supervillains. They literally are regular civilians.
Marvel needs to buy the Fast franchise and have fucking Don Toretto show up in the Avengers movie.
You know what's the funny part?
In Secret Wars.
It all made sense because Paul Walker's character, Brian, I forgot his name.
Brian.
Brian was Brian something. He was actually a cop. So it made sense, like why he was a cop through a majority of the movies, and he eventually chose to, save Dominic, and then he became a criminal himself. Like he chose Dominic Toretto and his family over his life as a police officer. So for like the first couple of movies, like the whole story made sense. Then it just got to a point. It's like, what is going on?
Honestly, if you take out the Too Fast, Too Furious movie, the original's supposed to be at least like 3 movies long. If they would have did 3 movies because he switched, became a fugitive, you know what I'm saying? You could do that 2 more times after the original.
He was a cop in part 2, and he was a cop in part 4.
Well, and part 2, he was a cop, but he was like
he was doing them a favor.
He was like working with them and shit. Like they knew who he was and shit like that. I'm saying like with the original story, cut out Fast 2. If they made another movie, if Fast 4 was part 2, then they had one more movie after that.
Fast 5.
Fast 5. That's where it should have like ended at that point. It should have been a 3-movie series, but yet they literally have been fighting and becoming superheroes. And this fucking where they went from robbing trucks to working with the government to stop fucking world catastrophes.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like no training at
Michelle
all. They find Dominic Toretto out here fighting Hobbs, and Hobbs is a whole trained officer and shit, and he really fucking him up. And he's supposed to be a regular civilian that just race cars.
They went from fighting beefing with LAPD to fight fucking trained super soldiers and shit.
Super soldiers?
I'm talking about like Hobbs and his crew, like they fucking like super militants, like they train like these super soldiers and shit. Y'all go from robbing banks to robbing trucks, running from LAPD to fight fucking super soldiers and stopping world domination. Come
They're
on, man.
amazing.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
you know what's funny? Like we talked about how 5 should end the road, but I just realized they made all the movies connect. They made 6 and 7 connect. So they made the villain in 7. The villain in 7 was basically
The
the
brother.
brother to the villain in 6.
Yeah.
But
And then
okay, can we at least give Fast and Furious this? Okay. They took a movie that was supposed to be about racing and they've made it a multi-million-dollar franchise. Marvel is automatically a multi-million-dollar franchise because of their, the comics and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's hard for us to say, well, they've become Marvel or they become this, right? But for Fast and Furious to have become this, where they can do, like you said last week, there's a reason why they could able to make 13 more, because some people are going to watch this.
It's like John Wick. Like
and
John Wick
part
gonna be the
5
next.
coming out now.
John Wick is gonna be the next one. John Wick gonna have 10 of them shit. Until Keanu say stop, they gonna keep making John Wick because stupid ass people showing up. The movies keep selling.
You know, that's why I gotta watch some of these movies. Like I'll be watching these movies. You know, I'm just saying.
John Wick is the next one. It's at 4. They already confirmed 5. Bro, they're gonna have like 8 of them shits.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the John Wick character. Like, but the thing is, you already know like what the character is. It's just
It's
a matter
redundant.
of,
It's
yeah,
redundant.
the story overall. I'm just saying, but he's a retired assassin.
And what they do, they add
Dominic
one little
Toretto
piece.
was a street racer, and he's out here fighting supervillains.
What I'm saying to you guys is that that's a big accomplishment.
It's a big accomplishment and a big stretch.
You know what's funny? And Keanu Reeves is supposed to be the villain in Fast X. At this point, if you're gonna be in the movie, they gotta make it a John Wick, Fast and Furious crossover.
John Wick is, and they gonna connect it. Somebody did something to John Wick, and
or they're gonna crash into his car
and killed his dog and shit. And
but they said Keanu Reeves is dead ass and talks to be the villain in Fast 10. It just ain't work out. If shit, there you go. That's another $1 billion idea right there. John Wick versus the family.
And again, they got the money. They obviously got the money.
Funny part,
doing this shit.
Character-wise, storytelling-wise, none of them should be able to fuck with him anyway. But you know,
Roman Reigns is gonna be the next big villain though, because they go for the wrestlers and shit. So Roman Reigns will be the next one. Look, I ain't knocking the hustle. I'm just what I watching them shits. But it's the pot calling the kettle black because, and that's the only thing we talking about. Y'all, she is a part of a franchise, the only franchise that she's really known for. And you're dissing a universe, whereas like there's a million different stories in the universe that can be told. Right. Whereas we're telling your story over and over again. That's the difference. X-Men alone, that one entity in the Marvel universe has a million stories.
And they suck.
And they could be told, but still, just like Fast, they suck, but it could be told. There's a million different stories that you can, fresh stories that you can tell. They telling the same story over and over in different ways.
Well, like, you know.
The only thing about these motherfuckers, they gonna age out because they all starting to look old and ugly. Them Fast motherfuckers. Don Toretto looked horrible.
Yeah, you're like there's like a Young Avengers is gonna be like the young family and all they.
Yeah, they're gonna start to usher in The Rock's daughter and Brian's son.
Yeah, the kids is gonna come into the play and they're gonna be like the background characters and the kids is gonna be fighting supervillains and shit.
Bullshit. This weak ass movie, boy.
But people love that shit. I haven't watched 9 or 10. I love the Fast movies, but I haven't been, enthusiastic to watch the new ones.
Because your expectation is low. It's like I'm gonna get some of the same impossible shit that I saw in the last one.
Right. It should have ended whichever one it was when Dominic Toretto and Paul.
Was that 9 when them niggas in space driving the car?
Yeah.
In space? Niggas driving a car in space.
I heard about that. I didn't watch that yet, but I heard that was in the 9th one.
Bro. bro.
You know what that means? They're gonna hit the nitrous too fast. And they're gonna rip a hole in the multiverse, and boom,
Exactly.
right there.
I'm done with this conversation. Y'all just always trying to defend DC.
But that's bro. What else is left there for them to do? They went to space. Where they're gonna go to Mars? They're gonna go underwater. They're gonna drive around in the volcano. They did everything. Oh, they could time travel. They could either time travel or create a
Bro.
multiverse.
Yo, if they time travel, I'm literally, I don't even want to say it. I'm literally gonna do something. Like,
That's the only two things left. Time
Yo,
travel, multiverse.
yo, if they start time traveling with a car, we drove so damn fast, we went back in time. Yo.
That's gonna be the whole thing. They driving, they racing in time, get there before the supervillain goes kill somebody before they was born. They racing through time.
Bro,
That's all they gotta do.
that's
They already got the
crazy.
super soldier because Hobbs and Shaw is a part is canon to that universe. Idris Elba
That's
playing super soldier.
crazy. That's crazy. And I don't put it past them either.
It's coming. Time travel, the multiverse is coming. That's crazy. But let's get into the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia has put a Shiesty Ban in all places of, where you can shop, public transportation. What's your overall thoughts on that?
I agree.
I'm not
Get rid
gonna
of these
lie,
shiesties.
people going crazy with the at
Yeah,
this.
they OD. They took something and ran with it, and they took it too far. Fucking fuck them shiesties. Niggas be in the same hood with a shiesty. You think I don't know your ugly ass under that shiesty, nigga? If I'm a op and I live in the same neighborhood with your dusty ass, you don't think I can see you under that poo shiesty?
Can y'all please explain to the world what a shiesty is? Because I had to look it up.
Poo shiesty
It's a
is
ski mask.
the ski mask.
It's a different type of. It's like a newer version.
It's
of
a fitted. It's a fitted ski mask that most like fucking snowboarders and people that do winter sports wear. It's fitted. It's compressed. It's heat. It absorbs heat, and these motherfuckers wearing this shit in the summertime. Just Saturday, me and Dorian coming from the playing basketball. I see a nigga outside with a shiesty and a t-shirt on. You fucking idiot.
It's crazy. Well, also helped the fact that you could use the shiesty as a cover for COVID. So that's also what made it more rampant.
COVID is done. COVID is done.
No, I'm saying what helped boost it. Like, Boo Shiesty, the rapper, made it he popularized this version of
Niggas
the
in
ski
the
mask.
hood ain't worried about no COVID.
Yeah, but there was an excuse like, oh, I could wear this, and niggas ain't gonna think I'm gonna try to rob them, shoot them.
John, nobody got a pass with a shiesty. If a nigga wearing a shiesty coming up to you, your fucking attention is on 10. I don't care what the fuck you doing, nigga. You being down on Wall Street, you don't look at this nigga. What the fuck this nigga?
No, I understand that, but I feel like COVID kind of dialed that back a little bit. It gave everyone like an excuse to cover your face. So
it gave you an excuse to cover your face, but nobody ever got an excuse to rock the shiesty. It's bad intentions instantly with the shiesty on. So
I agree with you. I'm just saying. I'm talking about like the overall aspect. We have this conversation. Like, there's like a part of this world where it's just like you wonder like how people was raised, so they be so oblivious to certain shit, and then you be like, yo, where you came up and was raised at, and he was like, you peep certain things and certain shit, but certain people don't have that luxury. They just be oblivious to have no clue of what's going on in the world. It's just one of those things, and I feel like that's what it is. I feel like
New York City and all major cities need to ban them shits. Because again, if I see your stupid ass with a shiesty, my guard is on. And if you got an op in your neighborhood, that shiesty ain't protecting you because y'all niggas live 2 blocks away. And I can see you with that dumbass Mermaid in the wintertime that you wore for the last 4 years.
Or you
And
post
yo,
it on your social media.
and you
Everybody
post it
knows
on your
this is your
social media,
neighborhood.
and
And
you drop a location, and I can see your stupid ass on the same spots. That Shiesty ain't hiding you from nobody. It gives the intimidation factor. Yeah, I'm out here. I got on the Shiesty. I look tough. Man, get rid of them shits. If y'all niggas want to fight, y'all really want to see each other, then come see me, nigga. Like, fuck all that goofy shit. Y'all niggas is pussy.
you know what I'm saying? And also the downside of it also is basically, you know, how we all had the, like, New York had the whole stop and frisk situation. They say basically, if in Philly, the police officers see
Oh
you
yeah, see
with
with the Shiesty, they can fuck with you.
yeah, they basically have open pass like, oh yo, what you got on you, you know, this and that, or
Yeah.
whatever police procedures like they go through, they have the right to, oh shit, you got that on today? Huh, let's see what you got on you, and they can fuck with you. So
Yeah, the end of the Shiesties. Fucking shit. Shiesty ass. Ain't that nigga still locked up?
yeah, she's currently locked up. Yeah.
So the Pooh Shiesty is over from the beginning anyway, because his ass locked up. So
Yeah. But
then
that was his impact to the game. Like,
yeah, that was his impact on the hip hop culture and street culture and shit. It's definitely called the Shiesty, even though it's probably not really called that. It's a ski mags, but it's called the Pooh Shiesty in today's just like the Herbos, the Air Force Ones is called the G Herbos and shit. Like
or G Fazos,
yeah, the G Fazos, the Fazos and shit. Although they still ones to me, but y'all corny ass New Yorkers call them uptowns.
They're ones that ups. It's either or. It's whatever you say.
Ups,
Same shit.
uptowns, they're still corny. Ones.
They ups.
They ones.
They
It's
ups.
the same shit. It's just whatever you blow it out. Like I'm gonna like get a pair ups or a pair of ones. Air Force.
No, they ups.
You can say that too. You say I'm gonna get a pair of forces.
I ain't gonna even hold you, John. When I say ones, niggas be looking at me crazy. They be talking about Jordans.
When he said ones to me, I said, "What the fuck is that?"
Well, yeah, it's the fact that the Jordan, as in the word ones, that's more synonymous with the word one. Is the Jordan 1.
Right.
Where in Chicago, you say ones, there's only one right answer. That's the Air Force One.
That's stupid.
White, low top
They
Air
ups.
Force Ones. They call ones.
They ups.
But we ain't gonna have this argument.
There's a whole bunch of different names for it. It's all saying sneaker at the end of the day.
All I'm saying is I agree with Philly. For get rid of these shites. Y'all niggas want to fight. Stop being bitches and hide behind those stinky masks.
I'm not scared of the Poochaites. I'm more scared of the white men who cross my way.
Proximity. Yes, if I see a white man walking around in our neighborhood, yes, but I don't see that. I see a bunch of niggas hot.
Also, when you see a white man, when you see a white man with shiesty on walking down the block.
Oh, I'm running.
You go to 161. That's all you see. I'll be more scared.
I'm running. I see a white man with a shiesty on around here. I'm taking off, and I'm calling police. There's a strange gentleman of the Caucasus Mountain. He has on the ski mag, and it's 80 degrees outside. That's the same thing. You see a nigga with a trench coat and it's warm. What you doing, bro?
Yeah, a person with a trench coat on and warm, that's not a good sign.
It's like, exactly. So if I see a nigga with a merm on and a Pooh Shiesty and it's fucking 70-something degrees, bro, what you want? Let me get from over here.
Shit, a person wearing a hoodie with the hoodie on and like 80-degree weather's not good.
Yeah, word that ass.
I see a nigga with a book bag in the movie theater, I'm automatically
exactly. So there's little cues that's like, I ain't fucking with it. Shiesty, get rid of them shits because I ain't fucking with them either.
But speaking of white people, these organizers for this that helped create the Juneteenth event they use 2 white models to promote Juneteenth. What's your overall thoughts on that?
They say that they're trying to improve exclusivity. Inclusivity. Okay. Whereas we always wanted a seat at the table. Now we have that, and we have to share with our brothers and sisters of all cultures, including our Anglo brothers and sisters. As we know, Juneteenth is the Black Independence Day. That's when Black people were made free of segregation here in the Americas. So that particular city, I believe it was South Carolina, somewhere in the South, they are trying to promote inclusivity for everybody. Juneteenth is just like Independence Day, where we all celebrate, although Black people wasn't independent.
Yeah, South Carolina.
Independence Day, but everybody celebrates the 4th of July. They're trying to promote everybody to celebrate Juneteenth. That's their goal. Baby, what do you think?
Fuck a dick.
She said, if y'all didn't hear that, she said, suck a dick.
Because my whole thing is, we've never had a seat at the table, and we still don't have a seat at the table. Let's be honest. It's not a federal holiday. Federal holidays, I get off. Juneteenth, I don't get off.
A lot of people getting off now, though.
Yeah, no, they
A
changed
lot.
it.
Yeah,
No.
a lot of
Places.
people getting off. Yeah.
I'll search it up while you say your point. I'll search it up.
The school,
slowly though, but slowly.
school, okay, but 4th of July, it wasn't slowly. 4th of July is one of those holidays where you automatically get off because it's a day of remembrance of the independence of America.
Right.
Memorial Day is a day of remembrance of the military, even though Black people.
You say your point. It's an actual federal holiday now.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm saying a lot of people are not getting off that federal holiday. It's not mandatory for the jobs to give that holiday as a federal holiday. But July 4th is. Memorial Day is. Labor Day is. Juneteenth is not a day that you have to federally give that day off. School-wise, yes. But as we know, school-wise, it doesn't really matter because they get all these Yom Kippur and all that holidays. Y'all looking it up.
So it's a federal holiday, but it's not a mandatory
right
per state.
So we still not at the table.
Because it says President Biden has not authorized all states to give employees the day off.
Right.
So it's a federal holiday, but per state, you decide
right
what you do with it.
That's not how 4th of July works. That's not how Memorial Day works. It's not how Labor Day works. Right. So again, we are not at the table yet. And it's okay to use Black people for a Black holiday. And the white people could celebrate us.
And support. Right.
It doesn't mean that we excluding them.
Right.
It just means let us have this moment. The problem here is we so concerned still with what white people say about us.
And being accepted.
That we have to make a table mat for them at our table. When they've never made a plate for us at theirs. Fuck their table. And fuck them sitting at our shit. We the cool kids. Those motherfuckers can't get a plate. Go sit your ass somewhere. And they choose the whitest of the white people. Blonde hair, fucking blue eyes. Not even mixed people where you can say, you know what? This was a time where mixed people just came together. No, these motherfuckers get white white motherfuckers can be blue eyes, blonde hair, fucking white skinned. Like, these motherfuckers can't be whiter than white. They whiter than the fucking cotton that my ancestors picked. Like, fuck y'all. Y'all make niggas not want to celebrate this day.
Not necessarily made nobody.
That's just the event. The people that created the event in South Carolina.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, they ain't
you can't put that on everybody else. That's their.
I'm talking about in that state. It makes people not want.
But they're hosting. It's not like they hosting their own event. Like that's a particular organization.
I'm saying it makes me not want to go to your event.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
that's
sure
what I'm saying.
It makes right. Like, yeah, I'm not going to their.
I'm not talking about Juneteenth. I'm talking about it makes me not want to celebrate at your event.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Would you want to go to a Juneteenth where this motherfuckers have white?
He got a rabbi and shit on the
no
on the poster and shit.
I'm not going to that one.
Let's ask how many people when Rosh Hashanah come, they put a black person on the.
They don't. We don't
on
even.
the
Yo,
black-
you
on
can't
the-
even fuck with them at that time,
And I know people I know actually know black Jews.
and they not even accepted
I know black Jews.
at the
One of
table.
my homies I went to high school with, he was Jewish and he was black. But I say all this to say that I get what they try to do, but dumb. It's still dumb. Like, yeah, you come in, you try to be creative and like you want to include everybody, but again, like my wife said, we ain't there yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, Juneteenth had just been accepted as a federal holiday. This is very recent. So, like, let us black folks get used to actually being recognized. Let black independence actually get a chance to be recognized before you start to like want to dilute it with mayo.
Yeah, I don't know. Male's disgusting by
And I
itself.
mean mayo in the sense of like,
I was just saying,
it's nasty, it's disgusting by itself.
I think they could have went another route if they wanted to. Like they say, they want to make people feel inclusive, or they want to be inclusive. I feel like if you want to invite white people to your event, I think they could have went another way about it instead of like using them to promote.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
It's like, yeah,
more tolerable.
Yeah, so it's like you still promote it how you promote it with models, but you make a message where like people of all, of
Exactly.
all everything is
Right,
welcome
exactly.
to come
If you
and celebrate
do
with
it,
us.
when you do it, if you have it like a bunch of ethnicities where it's like, let's all celebrate Juneteenth, but you specifically said white folks is Juneteenth, motherfuckers looking at you like, bro, get your coon ass, house nigga ass out of here, because it just started to get recognized. Where people for the last fucking 100 years have been fighting for the government to recognize Juneteenth as a national holiday. Now it's been 2-3 years that it's actually being recognized as a holiday in America. And so the first thing you do is say, hey, let's not forget about our pale brothers and sisters. No, bro, we just let us have this moment. We don't get many, and we just got this one. Why we got to share it so soon?
Yeah, I guess right intentions is bad idea.
Yeah, dumbass.
Now we are going again to I won't even say bittersweet story, but somewhat happy/sad story. 2020 American Idol winner is back singing on the subway, and she talks about how she no longer has no more money. What's your overall thoughts on that?
I mean, it's just a sad situation. Because she is very talented, but it also teaches Black people that we need to take financial literacy more serious, because with winning, she did get a lot of money and she did get a record deal, and how that unfolded to have her back on the train in New York City. I'd like to find out more about, like, not to like be in her business, but it's like, damn, it's really like what happened? Because usually when you win American Idol, you become a superstar. Like, not I want to say a superstar, but a star. You become a star. Like the people that usually win go on to have hit records, at least be somebody of some prevalency in the music business. And so, and of course, I'm not saying that I don't know her situation, but for her to get that money, because I think it's like $250K that you get as a winner, and then you get a record deal. What's the stipulations of that record deal? I don't know. But to get that cash prize, what did you do with that money? Like, this was just 2-3 years ago, COVID. We were shut down, so it's like it's not much you can do. When she won, it was the best time to sit on money, because it wasn't shit that you could do.
I think that I saw an interview where she was saying that's what she was doing. She was supporting her family.
And yeah, so that's
and it was like she was paying all the bills and nobody had jobs because of COVID. So
COVID was giving away money. So it's like that's the big question because everybody was low key. I keep saying it, but COVID was some of the best years of my life because it was one of the most peaceful, most stressful, and financially rewarding.
You said it was stressful?
I mean, stress-free, I'm sorry. Stress-free. No stress. No stress during COVID, but stress-free and financially rewarding. So that's my whole thing. Is like,
I had fun during COVID.
What was she doing? And I could believe that she was trying to take care of her family. But then what were they doing? Because the government was literally giving away money.
It's PPP,
PPPs, unemployment stamps.
But
you know how the black community is when they see you win a large amount of money is, but you got it.
And if you don't have a good team around you to help you, that's why I said financial literacy. You come into this big bag of money, and you thinking like, yo, I got a record deal. Boom, I got this. Bro, I'm about to be rich. And so this is like, oh, I'm about to buy my mama a house. I'm about to buy my mama a car. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go get the jewelry. It's unfortunate. And it's a story that a lot of people deal with, especially like when them people be hitting the lottery and shit. Right. I've seen many stories of people hit the lottery and then be broke in a couple of years because of financial literacy. Right. So it's an unfortunate situation. She's a very talented young woman. I'm wishing her the best. But I'm like, damn. Yeah, she won American Idol. Like, she won American Idol.
Yeah, it was sad to watch.
Hopefully she bounced back on her feet, man. Hopefully.
It was really sad to watch.
It is sad because it's like, yo, you excelled in one of the biggest stages, musical stages in our culture. Right? And so for you to be where you are now, it's like, damn, we feel bad for her. But at the same token, I'm like, damn, at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, shorty, what did you do?
Right.
Hopefully she bounced back on her feet, man. Someone sees the story and
it's easy to say, not me. Couldn't be me. But I ain't never had money like that, so I wouldn't know.
Right.
Again, wish her all the best, and hopefully she bounce back on her feet and she move forward with her life and continue her music career and do other things that she plans on doing.
Right.
Now we are going to get into a story where a woman basically was sitting on a plane and the person that was sitting next to her was texting away. The woman happened to see the messages that were sent and confronted him for the messages that he used. What was your overall thoughts on that?
You go ahead.
Go ahead. Because we have two different point of views on this.
No, because I'm right. You right. I'm her. Like, again, I'm her in the sense of I was black. Like, if I saw it, but in the same token, she was being nosy. You know what I'm saying? She's in buddy shit. So like, in order for you to see what he doing, you had to be looking and invading his space. But at the same token, he wrong because he was talking shit. So I don't know.
But we talk shit all the time in the plane.
And that's why I said, I told you, I'm a person, I'm gonna say it. See, but I'm not gonna racially I'm not gonna be like this white ass nigga or white person or this Indian or whatever like that. I'm gonna talk about you, especially on the plane. I'm talking about a few things. If you look sus, and if you stink. But either or, I'm going to address you. I'm not going to be texting. And my wife, again, we're on the plane. First off, it's three of us, so we ain't never sitting away from each other. But
unless we go away together.
But if it's me and you, and somebody next to us is on some weirdo shit, I'm going to make them uncomfortable. I'm going to let them know I know you're a weirdo, and therefore I'm making you uncomfortable. If you funky, I'm going to say, bro, or woman, or they, or whatever, bro, How you gonna explain smell like this?
But I just can't get what I just can't do it. Cause I take public transportation every day. And I'll be pissed if someone's right behind me reading my messages. Like it could be something about that has nothing to do with that person. They'd be like, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. And then it's like, bitch, but why are you
Bitch, why you on my phone?
But again, it comes with you wouldn't feel uncomfortable if you wasn't in his shit.
Right.
Because unless he said something to you or did something to you, you really had no reason to feel uncomfortable until you lean in his personal space and read his shit.
Man, she was doing God's work.
Okay.
She doing. So
she was doing vigilante work.
The
She
thing
on
is,
her
Devin,
Batman
you
shit.
be talking shit all day on your phone. Not about people, but I'm saying if somebody was to be reading your shit, you'd be upset on the train.
See, the thing, and that's the beauty in me. If I'm talking shit about you and you see it, you just did me a justice. Because now I can talk shit to you.
But you see, the thing is, you don't know what kind of chaos I can call you.
I don't know, but it will.
And then what happens
right.
if let's say if this would have went left and then they would have started a screaming match, and now you banned from that airline because you wanted to fucking be nosy.
Well, she wouldn't be mad if he making racial content.
She would have to prove that he's making racial content.
I'm saying if she's saying that he's making these, yeah, she would have to prove it. But as long as she is remaining like somewhat like not aggressive, and he's spazzing, and she already made.
I'm saying if it would have went, it could have been left if they both would have been going at each other. Now you for being in somebody else's business.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. Because she's saying he's doing something racial. If they both going at each other, what people is going to hear is the racial shit, and therefore they might both get in trouble. But what people gonna hear is the racist shit. They're gonna hear racial. And so
I just think it wasn't right for her to be looking at his phone.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been looking at his phone. But the good thing about
There's no but.
Again, vigilantes, what they say, they doing police job. Right?
She was being nosy.
They doing the vigilante work.
What happens if he was watching a sex tape of him and his wife?
He should be watching that with kids around.
It's his private phone. She was being nosy. I'm sorry.
She was. But again,
that's what you keep saying.
Because again, that man is being nosy.
Because he said he didn't want to sit next to a black person?
I'm saying that man.
I want you to know I don't want to sit next to a white person.
That man is being nosy. He in the police business. But Batman is out here doing.
Talking about how you compare Batman to a regular civilian.
She was doing
citizen's
arrest.
No, she wasn't.
You see crime?
All he said he didn't want to sit next to that black woman. Come on, man. She made it seem like he said this fucking black fat bitch is making me fucking mad.
Might as well.
And that's sad that you leaned over to look at his shit.
Now she was definitely being nosy.
Johnny, how do you feel about it?
Definitely being nosy. But I ain't mad at
Be quiet. I want to hear what Johnny wanted to say about
out the racist.
I think it was more of her. I understand what Dad's saying, but I think it's her more being nosy. It's not like, because there's people that we live in a world with racist people and whatnot. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I guess if you see the racism, you confront it. But he was typing away on his personal phone, like he didn't say it out loud. He didn't. You know what I'm trying to say? He didn't use
but
like.
See, that's the problem, John. It's too many closet racists.
No,
that's the world we live in now.
No,
a bunch of closet racists. So when you find them, you call them out.
That's your job. You're not a racist.
No, Dev, I understand your point completely, but I'm just saying it's like it's different. Like if he was like acting towards towards her,
right? That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, so she's already up and like, this white guy's already moving funny. All right, boom. And you look over, it's like, is he saying something racist? And he's already acting funny. Then like it all goes together, but he's like, again, it's just
he chilling. He's not being confrontational. He's not making her feel uncomfortable. He's texting away, but he's not doing anything to make anybody feel as though he's being racist. Then she overstepped.
Yes, because again, I'll get to the point. If it's because technically, it wasn't even she caught wind of it because again, it's like she was being nosy or like she was into his phone, but it's not like he publicly did something. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like if someone was talking to someone on the phone and said something that someone didn't agree
It's not
with.
like he went to the flight attendant and was like, "Can you move me? I don't like sitting next to black people."
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? He was just there. So I feel like if there was more action,
Call out the closet racist.
Why do you have a privacy screen on your phone? Just answer the question blatantly. Why do you have a privacy screen on your phone?
Because I don't want white people seeing what I'm texting.
You just fucking proved my point. Again,
so did he have a privacy screen?
He probably
so
thinking
it's racist.
No, Devin.
If you ain't got a privacy screen, then you racist.
He didn't have a privacy screen because he didn't think somebody would disrespect his privacy like that. That's actually Snoopy, according to the law.
If you ain't got a privacy screen, you racist. That's all I'm saying.
Johnny, you have a privacy screen?
No.
Racist.
I don't have one.
Johnny, go to the next conversation. I'm done with this. I'm done with him. I really am.
Call out the closet racist.
I say universal.
This will sound like an episode of Watchmen. Closet racist. They were a bunch of closet.
Okay, go ahead, Johnny.
I want to say, Universal Music Group signs deal with a company that helps create the AI technology on the shit we've been hearing. They signed a deal with this. They made a partnership with this company, and in the midst of this partnership, Ice Cube calls it demonic that these labels want to make music for artists that are no longer here, and basically, you could take an artist and put your beliefs into this artist that probably doesn't agree with your beliefs and make them rap your agenda. So what's your overall thoughts on the partnership and Ice Cube comments on the overall thing that labels are trying to now do since they partnered up with a company that makes this AI technology?
I just heard a song. They had Juice WRLD and XX Testacion on TikTok. AI version of them. And that shit was fire.
Fire. No, I didn't hear that stuff.
That shit was hard. Now, I knew this would come. And my biggest thing is, as long as we know, because again, I've learned that a lot of shit, especially with these Drake AIs, a lot of people really don't care what you say. It's a matter of who's saying it. Because I've seen niggas who posted their tracks, and then they did the AI version with Drake, and it sounds just so much better. I don't know what it is. It just delivers way better. It's like when somebody has a recognizable voice, or they have a history of making good music, they can just say whatever the fuck they want a lot of times. And that's the beauty of this AI, whereas you could take a popular voice that we love and make good music. The only thing is, again, people are not gonna, if it don't align with what we love about that artist, people ain't gonna fuck with it. Like, so I think I get what Cube is saying, but I think he's kind of reaching in the sense of, because when you do the AI, it still has to be similar to what we love about that artist. So if you make a Tupac song, you can't make a Tupac pop record, because the people that's checking for Pac know that ain't Pac.
Right.
So it has to be on par with what we remember of that artist for it to even get off. So you just can't, like, I get, the agenda part where it's like, motherfuckers can say anything and shit, and then but we already know the motherfucker dead, so we know. Just like motherfucking when Dave Chappelle did the Tupac episode talking about current events and shit. Like, nigga, if Pac talking about shit, if they make records of Pac talking about fuck Joe Biden, come on, man. Like,
Or you know what they could do? They could milk it. They could be like have Pac rapping about how he's still alive and shit.
yeah, I'm just giving an example of dead people talking about current events or talking about stuff that we never heard them talk about. So of course that's gonna turn people off because it's like that's not the artist I remember. You have to make music that's similar to what we remember of these artists. That's the only way they're gonna be able to get this shit off. So I get what Cube's saying, but ain't nobody gonna be checking for nothing if it ain't similar to what I love and remember from my favorite or these artists that I love.
Yeah, I feel you. But it's wild to try to continue like these artists is dead and they still trying to milk them. Like, oh shit, now we just found a
I
whole
mean,
new.
motherfuckers been doing it already. You see the Biggie duets. You done seen Pop release albums after he
But
dead.
what's the
and shit.
difference between that and the homograph or the holograph?
Yo,
Again,
the
they
difference
did
between
right.
that and the AI, that's they actually they recorded that music while they were still in this
Yeah, right. That's the actual vocals. They just unused.
Yeah,
But
it's just
again,
shit that never came out.
yeah. But again, it ain't coming out for a reason.
For some of them, I'm not gonna lie, there was some, there was some like, some secret gems that was like, oh shit, you should have dropped this. Or maybe
Right.
they died before they was able to,
Yeah,
properly drop
that's
it.
possible. All I'm saying is the AI shit, the shit only gonna rock, or they only gonna be able to get off the shit that's similar to what the artist had already did. You can't have fucking Pac making R&B music or doing some shit that's out of the Pac realm, and people ain't gonna be like, "Come on now, this ain't Pac." They only gonna go off. It's the remembrance of my favorite artist. So if you make a big track, you ain't gonna fucking do some shit that don't sound like Big. If you do something like anybody, or you do some shit for XX Testacion, you gotta have some shit that's similar to the music that he formerly made. If not, people ain't rocking with it.
I feel you. So yeah. So do you agree that the label should take this route and try to use it, or no?
I think if it can benefit the families, I'm not mad at it. If it benefits the families, although a lot of times this shit don't benefit the families, if it benefits the families and it can continue to provide a stream of income for their lineage, then I'm not mad at it. As long as it's stay within the parameters of who the artist was. If they not trying to change the content of the music, and they making music that's similar to what the artist, would discuss or rap about or sing about or whatever the case may be, then I'm not mad at it if it benefits the family.
I feel you. It's crazy times, man. AI technology, man.
Because honestly, if I was to die and 40, 50 years later from now, if they can make music, although my shit make zip zero at the moment, but if they can make if labels can use my voice and my great grandson and family can and that provides an income for them, and it's music that's similar to who I am and what I'll talk about, man, I ain't mad at it.
Crazy stuff. Now let's get into our closing segment. 2 weeks in a row, we are reviewing movies. This week we are reviewing The Little Mermaid. ASO reviews The Little Mermaid. Disney live action starring Haley Bailey. So, what was your overall thoughts on the movie?
Well, fun fact, I never seen the original Little Mermaid. So I went in here with no expectations.
Okay.
I root for everything black, as we all know. I enjoyed the movie. Um, she's a beautiful girl, has a beautiful voice. Um, I love Jenna McCarthy as
Ursula.
Ursula. We went to college with Ursula as well, but that's a different story. But yeah, so great. To me, it was a good movie. The only caveat or the only issue I had, I've said this before, in the water, she's in water, and it's a spoiler, and she was tearing up. Now she lives underwater. It's impossible to tear up when you're underwater. So that's the only thing I saw. It's like, yo, because that's the little shit I be looking for. When Aquaman came out too, I be looking for little shit like that. Don't show me you crying and you underwater. When fucking Black Panther 2 came out, Namor better not fucking cry underwater. It's gonna piss me off. Shit like that pisses me off. Cause it's like, y'all think I'm too dumb to notice stuff like that. And I felt offended. So I was offended in that sense. But overall, to me, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. And I just really like Jenny McCarthy as Ursula. That's it.
Bree?
She's someone who grew up watching Little Mermaid. She wanted to be a white mermaid when she was younger.
I did not want to be a white mermaid. I wanted to be a black Beauty and the Beast.
Also, they had all those mermaids was fire too. They had a black mermaid, dark skinned girl.
But if you watch the original, they have.
Oh, okay. So that was my first time seeing it. They had a dark skinned mermaid and shit. I was happy to see that. See the arm and shit. That's my name on my arm. I don't know what I got that. But yeah.
Bree?
I
You
love
know what?
Haley
She liked
Bailey.
it.
I love Haley Bailey. I loved her voice. It was captivating. I think she did an amazing job recreating the song, recreating the voice of Mermaid. I loved it. I loved her. The original, they didn't give Eric a solo moment, and there's reasons for that, and they should have kept it like that. Ursula was amazing. I give it to her. People really doubted her. I thought she was gonna turn this into like a jokey moment, and she didn't. She made the role her. I'm very happy to see that. Other than that, I just didn't like Eric was adopted from because he landed on this land. All this other like storyline that just I don't know. We just didn't need to see. We just didn't need to hear. Sometimes we just should keep it to the original. But other than that, it was okay. Beauty and the Beast still is one of my top.
Live action Disney movies?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But I do vote for everything black, and Haley being Little Mermaid, she overexceeded that. She is now the Little Mermaid. She is now.
She could.
She's not that. That's her. No one can take that away from her. But movie wise, I'm talking about like writing wise, was so written by white men, and you can tell. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
All right. So
Because you vote for everything black, but the movie was written by two white men who saw her on the Grammys and was like, "Oh, we can use her."
Well, I watched the movie.
You said you vote for everything black.
I vote for everything black. She black. I vote for her.
But the movie was a white movie.
Is she not a black woman?
So you voting for her?
Right. That's what I said.
He didn't say the movie succeeds, she succeeds. So in essence, it's still for her. Even though it can have a right director, right, but she's still the star of the movie. And that was it's crazy. This is the first live action Disney movie I think I've seen. Out of like the the new era of these live action movies that's coming
You ain't
out.
say Lion King?
Nope. Aladdin, no. I
He
love
said
the
no.
cartoon movies, but I ain't watched Aladdin. I ain't watched Lion King. What else? What else they dropped?
Mulan.
I ain't watched Mulan neither, and Mulan was free on Disney Plus. In the COVID times, I ain't watched Mulan. What else?
Yeah. You ain't see Alice in Wonderland?
That was a remake.
Yeah, it's the Alice in Wonderland is the cartoon first. Then they made the remake with what's his name? Johnny Depp.
I might have seen Alice in Wonderland. That was the first, but damn, I might have seen Alice in Wonderland. So that might be. I think the one with Johnny Depp. I think I've seen. Damn, that shit came out. That one came out in 2010. Jesus Christ. 13
Like
years
a lot
ago.
of people they don't put that in a box with the live action remakes because it's like I don't know why they don't put it there, but it's really don't get considered like one of those, like the Lion King, like Aladdin, like Beauty and the Beast, like Cinderella. They don't put Alice in Wonderland in there, maybe because it's not a princess. That could be what it is.
Oh no, but
Or-
yeah, also
would've
shit.
put it
I
in
seen
there.
Maleficent, whatever,
But
Maleficent.
that's not a remake. That's a retooling, new story. Like
Right.
Alice in Wonderland. But either way, so maybe Alice in Wonderland is my first one, but I was talking about like this new like this. Cause that shit came
I
out
think the
13
princesses. I think when people think about the live action Disney, they focus solely on the princess movie.
They didn't make a goofy live action.
I don't know how that worked.
Oh, I mean, they'd be black.
Right.
In my honest opinion, I thought the movie was alright. You know,
Yeah.
Ursula was. I think McCarthy did a great job doing Ursula. Halle was amazing as Little Mermaid, as Ariel. Forgot the Little Mermaid's name for a second, but she was she was a dope Ariel. But I don't know. Maybe I'm too me in my honest opinion. Maybe I'm too old for Disney movies.
I'm never too old, just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm
It's
never
just
too old either. I ain't
it's
gonna
just
say he too old, but the nigga be watching wrestling.
it's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's
It
not
is
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing. It is
No,
the
it's
same
not.
thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, you're
Nigga-
right. What
nigga-
is stupid?
Nigga watch
That's
wrestling
wrestling.
and anime, but talking about he too old.
It's literally not. It's literally not the same thing.
And one of them is stupid.
It's
And I'm
not.
talking about wrestling is stupid.
Nigga watch Pokemon, wrestling, and anime.
Yo, they do a live action Pokemon shit.
You
I'm
got those
in
things in
there.
the back of him.
If you ain't watch Detective Pikachu, I'm pretty sure you saw that.
I didn't watch Detective Pikachu.
Really?
Nah, I didn't. I haven't watched Detective Pikachu yet. I was. It seemed like a cool idea, but I wasn't. Dang, I want.
You want Ash
and
Ketchum?
Pikachu. Yes, that's what I want to see. But I was just watching the movie.
Again, he got those dumbass characters behind him. We're talking about he's too young to fucking watch Disney. You know, shut your dumb ass up.
Oh, listen. Shit, everything I watch is Disney. All the Marvel movies is Disney. Everything we watch, like Guardian, all that is Disney. It's just
so put some fucking respect on their name. Okay.
It's catered to children. The movie's literally catered to children.
That shit ain't catered to children. Little Mermaid.
Yes, it is.
They might be catered children, but they know who's showing up.
Right. At that movie theater yesterday, I didn't see no fucking
it was
kids.
Dead, all adults in that motherfucker, which was making it mad because they were pissing me off at one point, but it was all adults in that motherfucker. They know who's showing up in them shits. Only adults is showing up for these live action movies. Kids ain't even watching cartoons. They watching YouTube.
Yeah, cartoons is like cartoons really non-existent.
Ain't that many shit. Cartoons barely even come on like that. Like
what we was listening to yesterday? Oh, the theme songs for Disney, where we were like, yo, this was an era of love.
And that wasn't not too long ago and shit. But that
wasn't because Dorian was born.
Yeah, that was when Dorian was little. But that was the cartoons. That was the Disney TV shows. But they ain't really got cartoons. Only Cartoon Network playing is fucking Craig of the Creek and Teen Titans Go.
I love Craig of the Creek though.
And the kids, I'm telling you, kids don't watch cartoons like that. They don't care about cartoons. They want to watch other people play. Dumbass kids. But out of 4 shits, John, what are you giving Little Mermaid? Out of 4 turds, what are you getting?
I'll give it a 2.
Baby, what are you getting?
I get no comment because I'm gonna get canceled for giving it what I want to give it.
Again, for me being a first time watcher of anything Little Mermaid, I give it.
So is that fair that you have an opinion because you never saw the original?
No, it's crazy.
Based on,
I'm not even comparing it to the cartoon. You know what I'm trying to say? I watched it. I don't know. It's just to me. I thought
John looking at it, it's like 2 separate movies that don't even not even comparing the two.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
that's
really
what I'm saying.
compare it to
As
the
someone
original.
who don't
I just watched it as to
never-
watch like the movie for live action.
As somebody who never watched Little Mermaid the original, I'm solely basing it off what I saw, and I'm giving it 2.5 shits out of 4.
2.5. Okay. Seems like Bree was gonna go lower than 2. Bree sticking to the no comment.
Sticking to no damn comment. Y'all ain't gonna cancel me on this.
Bree sounds disappointed, but with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Nut Shit in Your Podcast. It's your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my guy Dev in the back. And we are